is procrastination pleasurable? Hi everyone, my name is Nessa and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. If some of you are not familiar with the phrase procrastination, it basically means delaying or putting off a task or series of actions that need to get done to the last second or a later time. In other words, procrastination feels like a force that prevents you from following through on what you set out to do. Every single person procrastinates or has procrastinated in some way or form at some point in their life. Even though we have a few different types of procrastinators, the act itself does not differ. We all delay or put off something that we know consciously and logically it needs to get done. Whether it has a specific deadline, like a project or a paper that's due on a specific date, or it's more of a life plan that doesn't have a deadline, such as starting a diet or exercising. Either way, the act is the same. Before I get into why we do what we do, I'll give you a few examples of different types of procrastinators, and you can find out which type you are. By the way, it's very important to understand the difference between lazy and procrastinating. Even though the act might seem the same, they're two completely different things. Laziness comes from lack of drive, not having a goal, not caring about the outcome. A lazy person does not get affected when something doesn't get done the same way the procrastinator does. To the procrastinator, it's important to get the job done. They become anxious and feel stressed out when they get close to the due date or when they haven't completed what they set out to do. So going back to the different types of procrastinators, we have what we call people with shiny object syndrome. These are people who have a high drive and a lot of motivation. They're constantly coming up with different ideas and different projects. The problem is they are unable to follow through with what they start. They jump from one thing to another rather than completing a task and bringing it to term before moving forward. They don't stick around long enough to get the results. They end up feeling burnt out and exhausted because they accomplished nothing but worked very hard. Another type of procrastinator is people who are perfectionists. Their extreme high standards of themselves doesn't allow them to finish the task in a timely manner and keep questioning their work, leaving them with a sense of dissatisfaction and a lot of stress. They might not even start a task until they think everything is in perfect order or it's a perfect time or everything is in perfect alignment. Basically using the perfectionism or lack thereof to avoid the work. Another type of procrastinators are people who create so much chaos around themselves and overwhelming themselves with unnecessary things that doesn't allow them to put in the time and effort needed for the main task. They go out of their way to busy up their schedule in order to avoid what really needs to get done, and always have the excuse of I'm busy and just don't have the time. These were a few but main characteristics of procrastinators. If you look carefully, you will see that all the different types of procrastinators have one thing in common. They're all avoiding doing what they know has to get done. The only thing different is the way they avoid it. Now let's get to the main idea, which is, if we know we have to do something anyway, why do we put it off? Why do we delay it? Best way to explain this is through different examples. Let's start with tasks or goals that are time-oriented, meaning they have a deadline. You have a paper due next week. You know that if you work 1 hour every day, you would finish the paper just in time for the due date, without stressing yourself and overwhelming yourself. But every time you bring yourself to start writing, a million different things come into your head. You end up doing things that you never did, like alphabetizing your spice cabinets or color coordinating your closet, or just scrolling through Instagram, just to get out of doing what you really should be doing, which is working on your paper. The obvious thing here is that whatever it is that you're procrastinating to do is not exciting or likable to you. On top of that, there could be some other emotions surrounding the task as well, such as fear of failure. What if I write a crappy paper and don't pass the exam? Fear of success. What if I pass and have to move to an even harder course and won't be able to handle that? self-doubt, low self-esteem. The act of procrastinating provides short-term relief and pleasure because it's helping you avoid doing something you despise, but you also end up dealing with the guilty feeling and shame and anxiety of not completing what you set out to do. It's really the outcome of the task that makes you decide to do it to begin with. Back to the paper example, writing is not the desired goal. Otherwise, it would have had your full attention and effort. But it's the start of the process. Then, it's obtaining the grade that will help you pass and move on to get your degree and land that dream job. Then, make lots of money and buy the Ferrari you always dreamed of having. Writing is the start of the process. Ferrari is the desired goal. So how can we change the feelings and emotions surrounding the work we set out to do? How can we change the negative emotion into positive and desirable ones towards goals and tasks that we logically know has to get done at some point? And doing so will have a good and positive outcome. But starting them feels like scratching your nails on the wall. Like I said, the way to do that is by changing the emotions we have towards the things we plan on doing. You know you don't like to exercise, but you also know that it's necessary for your health. You want to have the desired body and understand that you can only get there by working out. You have to change your emotions towards exercising. You have to change the way you feel about it. How? It's not your logic, conscious mind stopping you from doing what's good for you. It's your unconscious mind that wants to always see you happy, wants you to always do things that are pleasurable. Doesn't know if it's good or bad. All it knows is that procrastination is giving you a sense of relief from doing something that is not pleasurable to you. So it will do anything to help you do just that. You cannot fight it because it's way more powerful than your logic, 88% stronger. What you can do is change its mind towards it. Make it believe that you like and enjoy working out. That is something pleasurable to you. And then watch the magic happen. Watch all the walls blocking you from reaching your goals come crumbling down. By getting in touch with your subconscious, you can change your dislikes to your likes. You can change your negative beliefs towards yourself and your capabilities into positive ones. Don't let procrastination become a reason for you not to succeed. I hope this video helped you understand why we sometimes do things against your better judgment and where to start changing that. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel to see upcoming videos, and to schedule an appointment, visit my website down below. I also offer a 15-minute free consultation and will leave the booking link in the comment section as well. I will end this video with a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. "It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed." Thanks for watching.